Greetings and welcome to another edition of Practical Assertion. This week, if it's not already obvious, I'd like to challenge your thinking by asking a simple question, and that is, which floor? There was a time, they tell me, where there used to be elevator operators whose job it was to select the floor button on the elevator for riders. I vaguely remember this era, but it confuses me as to why these individuals were needed. Could the riders not push their own buttons? Were the elevators that complicated where it took a trained operator to get it to go? Well, that's really not my point, so forgive me for my digression. As usual, I want to focus on relationships by using the analogy of an elevator to get you to think about where you are at this station in your life. Are you where you want to be? Have you reached the level of accomplishment that you dreamed of? Which floor are you on? The basement, the first floor, the second floor? Perhaps you're near the top floor, or maybe even at the penthouse. Just where are you? If you find yourself in the basement, what is down there that is keeping you beneath your potential? I once heard someone say that potential simply means that you ain't done it yet. If you find yourself on the first floor, tell me how you feel knowing that there are countless other people above you. If, on the other hand, you have made it to one of the many upper floors, how does it feel knowing that you have achieved some, if not all, of your goals? By the way, I've got another question for you. When you get on the elevator and you see someone who gets off of the elevator before you do, how do you view them? Are you one of those muckety-mucks who can't understand why you have to share the same elevator with those who are not going as high as you are? If so, you should be reminded that there is an old saying that goes something like this. You'd better be careful how you treat the people on your way up, because you may see those same folks on your way back down. So here's another perspective utilizing the elevator analogy, and that is, if you are not on the floor that you would like to be, why not? When you approach the elevators, do you automatically press the down button because you have allowed others to convince you that the basement is where you belong? Is it possible that you have been swayed to believe that you don't belong any higher than where you are? You do know that misery loves company, right? If you are hanging with those individuals who are content to be on the lower floors, they will do everything in their power to keep you with them. This could be your coworkers, your family, your love interest, your best friend, your church members or leaders, and it could even be your supervisor. Just because they have no drive doesn't mean that you have to stay on the same floor or level with them. Maybe instead of choosing which button to press when you board the elevator, you're allowing others to decide for you. I've got to tell you, you ought to see the view from the upper floors. Well, as I draw this discussion to a close, let me suggest that there are extenuating circumstances that could be the reason you are not on a higher floor. It could be, as we just covered, your associates who are holding you down. Another possibility is that your education is hindering your ability to move up. If you have been looked over simply because you don't have a degree or higher degree, it's time to decide. It could also be your environment altogether. If, for instance, you want to get to the 9th floor, but the building you're in right now only has 3 floors, you will never achieve your desired goal. Do you get the point? Perhaps it's time to change buildings, that is, your environment, to go higher. Well, let me ask you, did you get the message from this edition of Practical Assertion, or like the elevator, did it go right over your head? Let me know what you think. Like us on Facebook, share this, comment on either Facebook or on our blog page at www.asert-usa.com/blog or on Facebook, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next week for another edition of Practical Assertion. Take care.